Thảo Hiền xin kính chào quý khán giả của đài VNTV. Kính thưa quý vị, buổi liên hoan phim Á Châu hàng năm lại được tổ chức tại San Diego và một trong những bộ phim được trình chiếu tại liên hoan phim năm nay và cũng là bộ phim đoạt giải của Best First Feature Film tại LA Asian Film Festival, đó là bộ phim Bang Bang. Và sau đây xin mời quý vị cùng với Thái Huyền gặp gỡ với đạo diễn Byron Q và nam tài tử David Huỳnh để biết thêm về bộ phim này. Hello Byron. Hi, David.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to have you here with us tonight.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us here.
So talking about Bang Bang, when I first heard the title, it reminds me of one of the French-Vietnamese translated song. Why did you name the movie Bang Bang? Why Bang Bang?
Bang Bang, the title, it fits with the overall story of the film. It's about young people growing up, and it's about gang violence and all that type of stuff. And one of the reasons why I named it Bang Bang is also because it's kind of a catchy title. So it has to do with marketing, and also just trying to, people hear that title, oh, it's kind of like something that you remember.
Right, that's right. So what gave you the idea? What inspired you to write the story and make the film?
It's a story that I came up with, from where I was raised. There was a lot of, it's like a very Asian population, and just a lot of my friends that were going through that type of, stuff that we tell about in the story. So it just naturally came about that it was a story that I want to tell that also I can relate with as well.
I see. So something that you heard from other people and something you have experienced before.
Yeah, a mix of fact and fiction. So.
So it's a gangster-related film. So what message do you want to send to the audience when you make this film?
Yeah, actually there really is no message that I'm trying to tell in the film. I think it's more of what type of questions I was trying to ask, which is why do young people join gangs? How does gang violence affect the community? And also more than just the gang violence aspect, questioning things about the family structure, when people think about Asians and Vietnamese, Chinese, or anybody, people think of it as like a model minority, whereas I want to show an aspect where it's not like a model minority. I came from a broken family myself, raised by a single mother, and so I just want to show that aspect of it.
Wow. So you actually try to describe a life experience of something that you have seen from other people as well, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think there's a soft side to the movie too, because I read through the script on the website, and it talked about one of your main characters is Justin, right? And is he a musician?
In the story he wants to be a DJ. So he's trying to pursue that dream, whereas his friend Charlie, played by David right here, he's trying to pursue more of being in the gang and rising and getting power and selling drugs, and really just getting that street credibility from the streets. So in that sense, it's two different
since
paths.
we're talking about a gangster film, I'm sure that some of the scenes in the movie must be disturbing to the audience or even the cast members. How do you go about handling the situation as a director?
Yeah. Going into it when we were filming, I don't think we had too many problems with the actors being uncomfortable with the scenes. A lot of the actors that we used, besides David and some of the main roles, they were all people that are non-professional actors. People that friends of mine or people that I met on the street. That I brought in to play a certain role because they brought that authenticity, and because they come from that type of background, they know about the things I'm talking about in the film.
They can feel
it's easier for them to play a scene. Sometimes I would even turn to one of my actors and say, hey, this scene, the way it's playing out, does this feel natural to you? Like, would this really happen? Or would something else happen in this scenario? If there's a shooting or whatever, what would happen? And they would a lot of times give me input. So in that sense, it was a very collaborative effort.
Oh, wow. So talking about the actors and actresses, right here we have David playing one of your main characters. So what are your thoughts about what Byron just said about, say, there's a scene in the movie where you feel like...
Well, for me specifically, there really wasn't, I guess, an event that came up that I had to question. But if something did, I always think of whether or not whatever was going on, was it important enough that it had to be done? Like for instance, a lot of actresses in movies, not this one, but have to, get naked, right? Nudity sells in a lot of movies. And so I think a lot of people have to ask themselves, like, does it help the narrative of the movie? If some form of violence or gratuitous, does it help the story, or is it going to take away the story, or is it there just to sell? So you have to ask yourself that. So as an actor, or all actors really ask themselves, like, where does this in the story it fits? Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting to know. So, can you tell us more about your character in the film?
I play a character named Charlie who comes from a very wealthy family. I guess a lot of people have described the character as a word for a couple of words, either like a parachute kid, or some people have termed it like a latchkey kid, where their parents are overseas. And they are, for Charlie, his parents are in Taiwan, and Charlie's living in the States off their money, and he rarely sees them. And so Charlie has that kind of lack of ordership in his life, lack of parental guidance. And so by his friend Justin, he kind of wants to get into that family that he's involved with, which is the gang. And so so that's his idea.
So he tried to fit in something that he has been missing.
Yeah. And so for Justin, it's him wanting to get out of it and wanting to have his own life, and all of the opportunities are there for Charlie. But what he really wants is that family structure.
I see.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with this filming?
Well, I did a film a couple of years back called Baby, and that one was released in 2008. You can get on DVD. So Byron saw it, and then the character that I was playing in that one is a character named Baby, and it's in the same genre of film where it's a gangster film, but it's very different. Like if there was a prism, like a timeline of a movie where it's like, I would say Baby is very much like a comic book, and Bang Bang is like a documentary, on that same line.
So Byron found a gangster cast from Baby, and then he invited you to another gangster film.
Yeah. But it's different. It's different. It's
the character that he plays is different because I saw his performance in Baby, and I want to take that aspect and just flip it on the audience by putting him in as not a gangster in the beginning, but as a rich kid who wants to be a gangster.
Yeah.
But at the end of the movie, you kind of see where he's gone to.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So the movie is gonna be shown on, is it 2 days for showing the movie, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be on October 21st and also on October 28th.
Right. So since Byron mentioned that his cast members are from, most of them have experience or have their life experience kind of similar to characters in the movie. So what are your thoughts about that?
Well,
do you find something similar, different from your real life character?
Well, I guess he got me because I'm an actor.
Or is it because you were a gangster in Baby?
No, well, because I was a gangster in Baby, and the idea of why Byron wanted to cast an actor perhaps in that role, or why he got me into it, and not a real like street kid or whatever kid from that life, was because Charlie is from the outside world of that of the gang, and so the character is trying to get into that lifestyle, and so it kind of reflects me trying to get with these guys in real life too.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
who aren't actors, who just are these guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, very interesting. So the film was filmed in San Diego. Why did you choose San Diego as the filming location?
San Diego because I lived here at the time, and also I had all the resources. I had a lot of friends down here. We actually filmed right here in Mira Mesa for a lot of the scenes, and really it was just about having the resources here. San Diego is a very film-friendly city.
Right.
Getting permits and everything was really easy, even though
With
sometimes
the
we didn't really
festival,
use any.
film festival.
Yeah, and just the ocean and everything just fit really well with the story.
Wow. Do you have any upcoming projects? Since Bang Bang is your first feature film, and you won Best First Feature Film, so you have any upcoming projects?
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
working
with David in the future?
Well, I am working with David on something. We're doing kind of like a web series type of thing. And also a bigger project I'm doing is another feature called The Burner. So right now I'm just doing pre-production, developing it right now.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming here and sharing with us about your movie, Bang Bang. And just to let the audience know. Kính thưa quý vị, rất là cảm ơn quý vị vừa theo dõi cái buổi trò chuyện với đạo diễn Byron và nam tài tử David Huỳnh ở đây. Cũng xin lặp lại một lần nữa với quý vị là bộ phim Bang Bang sẽ được trình chiếu vào ngày 21 tây tháng 10 và ngày 28 tây tháng 10 tại Mission Valley Ultra Star Cinema. Quý vị có thể biết thêm chi tiết khi mà quý vị tham gia vào buổi liên hoan phim Asian Festival tại Ultra Star Cinema. Và buổi ra mắt đầu tiên của cuốn phim, đạo diễn Byron Q và nam tài tử David Huỳnh cũng sẽ có mặt ở đó để mà quý vị có thể gặp gỡ và hỏi thêm về bộ phim này. Cảm ơn quý vị một lần nữa đã theo dõi buổi phỏng vấn hôm nay.